Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Blood Samurai. My name is Sam, and today we're back playing more Conquest Dark. So yeah, I had a great time playing last time. This game is genuinely like great. I'm having a good time. Um, Today we're gonna get into Sorceress's Fall. Also there shouldn't be an S there. It should just be Sorceress and then an apostrophe fall because whatever. That's my English. I wasn't ever an English major, but I was a math major and knew my English. Anyways, all resistances, movement speed, don't really care. Critical hit, solar damage, movement. None of these characters really are great. Attack speed, chance for rare items. Yeah, I'm going with her. Medium armor, more chance for rare items. Efficiency, medium armor. You know what? We'll try not going for um bows this time. We could go with a throwing axe. Sure. What's the thing again for um R? Okay. I was trying to find the keybind to have it auto target. This area looks really sick, by the way. I like the green. The green, like it just looks really nice. Switch it towards random enemies. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, I cannot reiterate enough. Like the developer for this game did an amazing job. Um, it's so nice. I mean, everything about this game is just lovely, absolutely lovely. Stalker movement, critical hit damage. Go with extra projectile pierce. Oh, extra crit chance. Yeah, I'll take it. The throwing axe is actually really sick. Throwing axe is really strong. Like, I'm surprised by how good it is. I mean, the ability as well is just amazing. Okay, yeah. Projectiles, are you serious? To injured enemy. That's only injured. A chance to spawn a healing soul. Increase all damage. I wonder, does the spinning swords, are they buffed by the extra reach? Like, if you had enough reach, could the spinning swords kind of like extend out like really far? It kind of seems like they are affected by it. Could be wrong, but it kind of seems like they are. This game is so amazing. Developers make such complex roguelikes. And I'm not saying like making a complex roguelike game is bad, but it just seems like there's a lot more that can go wrong the more complex of a roguelike you make. And I feel like that's just kind of how it is with really any game, realistically. I feel like the simpler you make the game, the more you kind of stick to kind of like traditional aspects and things like that, the better of a game you can make. It's like because they make such like complex, games that like really are, you know, just um bit of a mess sometimes. I feel like yeah, when you get a game like this that's just way simpler, kind of sticks to traditional you know roguelike games. It's just like it just does way better. At least it does for me. I mean I can't obviously speak for everyone. Everyone is gonna have their own personal feelings and stuff about different games and everything. But yeah, just me personally, like Savara, for example. Like, I would say Hades is a complicated game, but they did a very good job at it. Savara, that game that I played, feels more like a Hades copycat that definitely is unique. It's not exactly like Hades, but some of the general mechanics are very similar, and I just don't feel like they did as good of a job. Whereas this kind of feels more like a Vampire Survivors, kind of like a traditional. It kind of feels more like those roguelike games that you would play on like mobile. Um, this feels like a mobile game or mobile roguelike game, but they did a good job at it. They definitely did a very good job at it. More projectiles. Always love more projectiles. Gotta say, more damage would actually be pretty nice to have right now as well. The one thing I was not expecting was how quickly my damage was going to start to fall off. Uh, Like, yeah, my damage is not quite what it used to be, I must say. Yeah, I need more damage. Desperately need more damage. Okay. I'm getting like getting attack speed, which is, I mean, that's still great, but it's at the same time not super duper amazingly helpful. The healing souls, now those are definitely coming in handy. But yeah, once enemies, I just ran into that shot, by the way. But yeah, once enemies become way more numerous and I can't kill them fast enough, that's basically how you end up with a loss like I had in the last video at the end of that one level where it was just like I was just getting surrounded and I just couldn't deal enough damage. We need more damage and we're not getting it. Well, primary attack ability damage. Attack speed. Yeah, when she teleports, that is kind of annoying. I think my only critique of this game is that the bosses are kind of weak. Also, the music in this game feels like something out of Doom. Wait, Doom should make their own roguelike game. Thoughts? Yeah, the music in this game really feels like it's something out of Doom. Which, speaking of which, I'm gonna try. Maybe not. It might be a little while, but I want to try to. I want to play Doom, the new Doom game that came out. Again, probably gonna be a little while before I'm able to, because it's very expensive. But hopefully, relatively soon, I'll be able to. Stalker cap, that's just the same thing. All damage, all damage. So yeah, I just need to get enough money to buy the new Doom game, and then I do want to give it a try. I also want to play the new Elden Ring roguelike game that they're coming out with. So that's another game that I'm going to have to save up for. But that hasn't been released yet. It's just like pre-release or whatever currently. Like pre-purchase. So But whenever that game comes out, I'm definitely gonna be playing that. Well, maybe not immediately, but eventually. Eventually. Uh, increasing my crit chance. Realistically, I think the strategy might also partially be to just like try to kind of stay within one area, because then if I start taking damage, I'll have lots of like health souls around to grab if I really start taking damage. Which again, I just don't have enough AoE damage. That's what like that's what a lot of these roguelike games come down to, especially within this genre, or like this style of roguelike, is that it just really comes down to your AoE damage. Because like the bosses aren't anything crazy usually. It's usually just like, oh, dodge the attacks, attack back, whatever. But then the hordes are always fairly similar, where it's just heaps of enemies all showing up. Like this part, I don't quite understand. Getting attacked and swarmed by tons of enemies, not quite sure what the purpose is. Unless it's just unless it's just like, oh, it's over, like time for you to die or something. Which I guess could be actually the case. Maybe that's what it's actually doing. Is that it's just basically like, hey, you gotta die now. Um, that's probably what it is. Um, oops, didn't mean to. Oops. I think I'll do Coastal Cave and unlock hopefully like these two areas. Oh, I can upgrade them. Oh, so this is where I go to upgrade. Every 1 second, attack and weakness in front of you. So this is the blade stuff. Yeah, I definitely want to upgrade this because I don't feel like it does enough damage. Just some things like can't be upgraded, which I guess yeah makes sense. But then other things can be upgraded. Okay, now that we got some things upgraded. Ooh, wow. Well, we'll give it a try. We'll see how we go, how we do. So we want to play as a barbarian because of that one thing that was like, oh hey, you'll get this if you're the barbarian. I like how you start. You start off by just attacking something and killing it. Uh, I haven't really used melee weapons, so I kind of want to. So I'm like, if I can increase my attack reach by enough, I feel like this could go crazy. Obviously, damage and attack speed and stuff is important too, but Whoa! That was sick. Yeah, I'm really not sure how melee does um against bosses. Um like it's definitely cool and all, but yeah, I feel like melee weapons are kind of underpowered. But I just feel like ranged weapons are way stronger in pretty much all of these games. Anything that's going to put some distance in between you and the enemies is typically going to be the better option. But I figure why not try like a melee build just so I can actually see like how I feel about it. That's all I had to do. Change for rare. Wow. Yeah, give me that. Yeah, these guys definitely have further reach than I do. It's just that their attack speed is a lot slower. Yeah, I do have to be kind of careful. Yeah, and archers are going to be really annoying to deal with. Luckily, Whirlwind is actually pretty strong. Especially with all the upgrades I gave it. That guy has like 2 dodges, yeah. Comes with like 2 dodges, I think? 2 or 3 dodges. He's like a stealth guy. Yeah, that guy right there. These guys. Yeah, 2. Very low health, but 2 dodges. Okay. Not annoying at all. Okay, nice. Um, sure. Bonus health. Critical hit enchant. Go with more quickly. Trance. Let's see. Go with that. Why not? It's honestly mainly just seismic slam that's like keeping me alive, because it actually does a pretty decent job at dealing with like group enemies. I think the strategy is probably throwing axe with seismic slam, because I think that could go pretty far. Keep back any enemies that get close to you, and then you just can throw axes at any enemies that are far away. As well as seismic slam being able to hit, huge groups of enemies. Whirlwind is obviously also pretty decent, but it just doesn't deal enough damage to really like be super helpful. But at least like later on, early on, it's pretty good. When you're just kind of building up your build and stuff, it's pretty decent at that. Kind of taking care of any like early game swarms and stuff. But yeah, later on, kind of sucks, unfortunately, because it's for sure like it would definitely, if it did more damage, it would for sure be like probably too OP, because it does like, because it basically has it has AoE, infinite AoE, and so. Oh, now there's like spitters? Ew. Basically trying to give myself as much reach as possible to basically replicate the throwing axe, but with like melee. Because again, range, the further your range is, the better. Obviously, up to a certain extent. It's like having infinite range within a small, like a limited amount of space isn't going to be as great as, being able to hit up to this limited space, as well as having extra like attack speed or damage or whatever. But extra reach is always helpful when alternatively you have very little reach. Yeah, I'm not too sure how I'm supposed to deal with this guy. Other than get lucky once in a while with like seismic slam, because I can't really get close to him unless I want to take a ton of damage, which I would rather not take a lot of damage. I have the healing souls, luckily, but those can only do so much. Wow, yeah, he does a lot of damage. Dang. what? It's either me or the spider. We're going all in. Either I die or he dies. Okay. Go with extra attack speed. And then it's basically like you just have to survive for 2 minutes, which should be fairly possible, I would think. Actually doing pretty decent so far. But of course the spitters are quite annoying. Every guy should know about that, right? Spitters are... Okay, yeah, I'll stop. But yeah, these guys are just really annoying. So yeah, ritual complete, now you just basically insta-die. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. How'd this go? Got to level 6. Nice, so got this thing, this soul coins, and then once I reach level 10, I'll get this artifact, level 15. Sick! Very, very cool. Here's a Thieves Guild. Oh. Critical hit chance. Ew. So if I want to increase my crit damage, then I'd go for this altar. Okay. That's very cool. Okay. But that's going to be it for today's video of Conquest Dark. If you guys want to see more, then please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It means the world to me. It doesn't cost you guys anything. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next one. You guys take care.